The results for facelift surgery is quite variable, and it's a question that comes up again and again because people want to know how long is it going to last. They're going to make an investment towards a procedure and they want to make sure spending X number of pounds is going to give them that length and longevity. It's important firstly to point out that this is quite variable depending on the race of the patient, the age of the patient, and the lifestyle that they've lived. If someone has spent a lot of time in the sun and they smoke and they've not looked after their skin, then naturally their skin is a bit more worn than somebody who's always looked after their skin. It's important to know at what age they're considering to have facelift. Typical ages for having facelift are people around the age of 50. When they've gone through the menopause, they feel those changes and they suddenly feel in the last couple of years they've seen a lot of changes in their face quite suddenly. And it's important to point out that when somebody who has relatively good quality skin and tissues at a younger age, they're going to get much more longevity out of their surgery than somebody who chooses to have facelift at the age of 80, because their skin's that much thinner, their elasticity is that far less, so the longevity is not going to be as long. However, it's really important to point out that with facelift, there are two main ways of performing a facelift. One is to just address the skin, which is never successful and never lasts that long. The other is to tighten the muscle, the foundation of the face first, as well as improving the texture of the skin. Now, the studies have shown that tightening the muscle layer will give the longevity on average of 5 to 10 years. But equally, it's important to point out that with any facelift surgery, you're not stopping the aging process. You're setting back the clock. They look fresher, they look healthier and better. However, they continue to age the same. So when people say 5 to 10 years, what they mean is that you go back to how you were in 5 to 10 years prior to your surgery. Now, the aging process continues, so a year after your surgery, the results are not going to look exactly the same as when you've just had your surgery. So year on year, month by month, the aging process continues until at 5 to 10 years down the line, you start to look like you did before your surgery.